All right, the last wine on our tasting menu is our 2016 Maximus blend. So this is kind of a Texas spin on a Bordeaux blend. It is primarily Cabernet Sauvignon, 46% Cab, 40% Tannat, and 14% Petit Verdot. The base really of the blend, even though it's predominantly Cabernet, is that 40% Tannat. On that Tannat, we did an extended maceration, meaning that we kept it in tank as long as we could to really extract a ton of flavor from those grapes. It was in tank for about 45 days, in fact, and the resulting wine was a really big, really tannic, really just almost overbearing Tannat. So we decided to blend it with Cab and Petit Verdot, and you get this really big blend. I love this wine because it's got grippy tannins. It's kind of an example of a big wine that you can make in Texas. It's got all sorts of blue fruit, black fruit, red fruit characteristics, some peppers and cocoa. It's a really nice big red wine that I think you'll enjoy.
Last but not least, guys, the Big Bold. So the Big Bold bad guy in the Maximus blend. So this wine definitely meets that palate that a lot of people look for in wines. A lot of our Texas wine drinkers, our Big Bold red drinkers, are going to love this Maximus blend. A lot of those kind of darker fruits and a lot of those kind of barky spices. When Mike and I filmed our more extensive tasting video on this wine, I talked about how sticking my nose in the glass really reminds me of like a root beer float in a good way. This is not a sweet wine by any stretch of the imagination, but when you pair those barky spices with those almost stewed plums and pruny dark fruit characteristics, in addition to a really nice little vanilla component that we get from the barrel aging that this wine went through, it really takes me to that kind of place. And this is absolutely a wine that I'm going to be holding on to, not only to drink now, but a wine that I think will really pair well when I start getting into that braising season here this fall. Really get excited to pair this Big Bold wine with some of those really rich, hearty braised meats.